What's up? I'm Nick Cato.
I'm Matty Light.
And this is Podcast Reloaded, episode 48. We're doing things a little differently this time. We got a new whole setup going on. Because, I don't think you wanted to sit here and have me just talk about news the whole time and not get everyone else in the podcast involved. And we're going to change that. And Walt is going to be gone for 2 more weeks because of
the man's getting
happy
married.
Personal reasons. I'll say that.
We can tell them, Nick. It's not that private. He's getting married.
Yeah, he's back.
Wish him good luck.
I know what everyone's thinking on the video. What's on Nick's face? I have part-time glasses now. It's
If you guys want to call him stupid,
they look
by all means.
pretty damn good. But get the plugs out of the way, and then I'll describe what's new and what's going to be going on this channel. So, follow us on Twitter at LiveThroughGames. Follow me on Twitter at Catostrophic. And you can follow me on Twitch, which you'll find out in a little bit, at Catostrophic as well. And go to our blog, LiveThroughGames.blogspot.com. Read the articles. All the YouTube videos will be posted on the blog as well. So you can watch them there if you don't want to go to the YouTube channel. Or if you're on the blog now, you're watching it there anyway. And like, subscribe, share our videos. Tell us what you think. Thumbs them up. That's what you got to do. Email us any questions or concerns or comments at livethroughgames@gmail.com, or you can email me personally, nkato@hotmail.com. So, that's the plugs. Now, the new thing. You don't want to hear us just spitting out news. So here we have 4 segments of the show. 4 going on.
The 4 horsemen.
Terrible drink that we all drink on our 21st birthday. It's fucking terrible.
It's also Ric Flair's squad.
That too, but... Woo! But, basically, the first segment... Well, we're going to bullshit a little bit probably before, but the first segment is the news you should know, or the news reloaded, where I just... We don't go in depth, I just tell you a few, big pieces of news that happened during the week, maybe 5 tops. Where I'm like, hey, this happened. If you want to know more about it, go on the links that I sent. That I said, go to IGN and read this, or GameSpot, or read this, or Kotaku, or Polygon, all that crap. So then,
whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah, and then the next segment will be the Big 3, or the Triforce, or whatever
the fucking tripod.
I like the Triforce or the Big 3. So basically, everyone involved, each one of us. Right now, it's only Big 2 because Walt's not here, or it could be a Big 4. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But we each bring one piece of gaming news or something in games that we want to discuss. And we talk about those topics. And that's it, yeah. And then the third topic will be the games we're playing right now. Which is pretty apparent what that is. We talk about the games we're playing right now. Are we enjoying ourselves? Or are we feeling? It's just a little brief thing. And the last topic will be mailbag, which we answer your questions and comments and emails and tweets. Yeah.
So give us some mail.
Also,
so we can open that bag of mail.
Also, I did want to throw out there, I'm going, the second I figure out the whole Twitch thing with my Wii U, I'm going to start doing a segment, which I'll put on the YouTube as well if I can figure out how to get the archive thing working. Mario Maker Mondays, where I'm going to play Mario Maker, stream Mario Maker for about an hour on Mondays, and you can come there and watch. If I can figure out how to get the Twitch on YouTube, you can watch it on our YouTube, so it'll all be good. So, without further ado, let's jump into the first segment of the show, the news you should know, or the news reloaded. I think I like the news reloaded. Alright, so basically Nintendo Direct is returning this week, Thursday, November 12th, 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be the first Nintendo Direct since Satoru Iwata passed away from cancer, and Reggie Fils-Aimé, who I really like, who's the Nintendo president of Nintendo America, will be filling his shoes. And that's really exciting, and I really like that. So I'm very excited. So we're obviously going to do a reaction video off that, so you can find that on our YouTube channel.
Because you like watching us react.
Well, everyone likes seeing people react. And then the other piece of news you should know, Fallout 4 is out, and you can buy it, and it's really good. And Tomb Raider's also out, and you should buy it. And I heard it's
Call
good.
of Duty's also out.
Call of Duty's also out as well.
It was out.
So buy it if you want.
A lot of good games
Buy
in November. This is the month.
This
is the month of gaming.
Yes.
Because next week is Battlefront. Literally a week from us today is Battlefront.
Yeah.
All those great games. Plus, if you're a wrestling fan, I bought it. WWE 2K16. That's out. There's a lot of games out. It's November. November got pretty clutch.
I'm very
excited. This is 1 month where you sit there and you think to yourself, oh, I don't have anything to play. You got something to play. It's just about if you got that money to
You
pay
always
for
have
it.
something to play. Always there's something to play. There's always a good sale or a great PS Plus game that you can play for free, or Xbox Live Gold, Games with Gold thing to play. But yeah, that's the news you should know. There isn't really much that happened this week because it was just big game releases. So yeah, and then we'll be right back with. Well, should we take a break? Let us know in the comments. I'm not going to do it this time, but if you want us to take a break, you can mix it up a little bit in between segments. Let me know. So we won't do it now.
Who's the wild card guy today? I'm not wild card.
We'll move on to the next segment. The big three, the big two, the almost Triforce, the bipod. Bipod's one, right? Or two?
Uni's one.
Bipod. The bipod. All right. So, topics. My topic, I'll just get out of the way. Fallout 4 is my topic. Get some good reviews, some negative things going on about bugs. So,
The only thing I've seen so far is frame rate issues.
yeah, that's it. Like this is the thing. I'm about 8 hours in. I played about 8 hours of the game, and I've enjoyed every second of it. It's everything I expect from a Fallout game, and I haven't run into these game-breaking bugs that they're all saying. Like, the only thing I've had is some frame rate issues on not even in combat. It's just like if I'm running around, if like a bunch of stuff happened like at once or something. It's a little janky.
Whenever like I was in that room where you fight Jared in there, like he was throwing grenades and blowing up everything.
Yeah,
and like everything was like all, and then I have turrets shooting at me with him shooting at me and throwing Molotovs and like fire streams and grenades and bombs are just blowing up. That's when I was like
yeah, I
itching
didn't
around.
have that. I didn't have that, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky that I haven't ran into that yet. But overall, I can see what people are talking about. They're like, "Oh, it's not the best graphics." Like, you're right. It's not the best graphics, but let's be real. It's not bad.
What? See, the thing that I think a lot of people is, usually I would agree. I usually would think, oh, well, like, Bethesda's not the greatest on graphics. But, I mean, you look at some of the games that have come out, like you look at Skyrim was beautiful. Skyrim looked good besides Dragons.
Well, Fallout has a different art style.
I know, but Dragon, well, I don't think Oblivion looked good even when it first came out. Like, I thought Oblivion was
the first
like
360 game.
It didn't awe me. But look at Doom. And look at how good that's looking, like graphically.
Yeah.
They do have but you gotta look at what they're bringing. I mean, that's like, not everyone can be Rockstar and make GTA 5, which is a big sandbox game, looks absolutely beautiful. That's just not them. I'm sorry. But they are making, my point I'm trying to say is they're making a very wide open, tons of exploration, there's never like really a moment where it's not live what's the word when it's like you don't go into like cutscenes or you don't go into like non-playable parts, like those kind of games, like, you know, it's like everything is like, though they have like the whole like questioning thing, it's still live, I want to say, but I don't know what the word is. I know there's a word specifically for it. Write it down if you guys, or message us if you know. But there's a word. I know there's a word for whenever it's like those games that don't like have cutscenes. Everything you do, you can react to it, which is usually what Skyrim and all them were. You stop for like a second and it like freezes and lets you talk to a guy, but it's
like the Western RPG style.
Something. I don't know. I know there's a specific.
No, they have cutscenes, but
Mass Effect don't count.
Yeah, I guess.
But I don't know. But anyways, besides the point. But yeah. So Fallout.
Yeah, so basically, I've really enjoyed Fallout. Like I said, I'm not deep in it. Like Wall was like, I texted him. He was like, "How do you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's very good." And he was like, "Oh, that's it." You're not saying like it's so fucking amazing, but I'm not far enough yet.
You gotta understand when you hype us up like you do.
The guns. Oh, I'm fucking hyped. I have not been disappointed with this game so far. I've played all of it, and I'm all in. I'm all in on Fallout. So right now, if it continues the way it is, it's my game of the year. It's beating Halo 5 and Mario Maker, which was a tie. And oh god, it's just so good because it's a game that if you're just like really bored, you can do anything. It's like, do you want to do the main story? That's fine. You want to do some miscellaneous quests, some side quests, some quests for like one of the not a guild, but groups factions you're in. You can do that, or I just want to explore and just find something. It's amazing. It's a great world, and I found myself when I was doing the quests. I did a bunch of faction quests first, and just miscellaneous quests before I went on to the main quest. I was just getting lost in the world. I was like, dude, what's that building over there? I want to check it out. And then most of the time I'd run over mine and die, but hey, my leg's blown off. But it's what happens when you're in the wasteland. It's what happens. It's fucking
people just land
brutal
mines around all over the place.
I got screwed over at the beginning of the game because I didn't know how the radiation worked in this game, and this guy was like. And again, I was just wandering around. There's this giant structure thing. And I was like, I'm going to go there. There's this guy that's like, hey, I got to get this water pump working.
Oh, I did that mission.
Yeah, you got to swim down.
Sounds like Garrus.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's
you got to swim down to the pumps where the bulbs are going. Oh, my health's like, I was like, what the hell is going on?
I was wearing my
thank God
I take those rataways or whatever.
Yeah, thank God I had the rataways, but I didn't take the ratax and the rataways. And then I found myself. I ran out of rataways, the ones that take away the reds.
Well, the ratax reduces the amount you get.
The rataways, I ran out of them, and I was like, had like half my health missing. I was like, God damn.
That pissed me off on that mission because I was sitting there and I was like, I wanted to dissuade him to tell me why he's doing it, and he wouldn't tell me, and I'm like,
it was funny.
Sketchy. I was like, what the fuck? Why won't you tell me? What are you doing? Something?
Wasteland, man.
I know.
It was funny because. The guy was like, "Oh, let me go adjust this switch really fast." And right as he walked over, these like giant like creatures came out and started attacking. And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, popping them. But now I got good weapons, and I don't have to use the pip weapons, the pipe weapons, or whatever they are. The bullshit ones where you got the screws as the freaking aiming thing. I'm very happy I don't have to use those. I have good weapons now, and a lot of ammo, and I even have a good melee weapon. So I'm all happy. Fallout 4. Is fucking amazing. And I just wanted to discuss Fallout 4 really fast. Is my thing. There will be a video that's probably going to come out about 2 hours after this one. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to tell you. Walt cannot film on Mondays, so I let everyone know on Twitter I was mistaken saying that it's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be Wednesday, every Wednesday at noon, barring something happening. Podcast Reloaded will be up Wednesdays at noon. And so about 2 o'clock, we're going to have a new video called Hype, where we discuss upcoming games and like if they've lived up to the hype, usually the day they release. So
it's not going to be a regular occurrence video. This is
only when big games come out.
And also we have to play it. So yeah, I'm sure, don't be like looking and be like, oh, they're going to do Tomb Raider. It's like, we want to play it, but...
I really do.
We're playing Fallout, and we're not. It's not like we have reviewers, or I mean the developers like giving us the game to review and all that stuff. So it's not like we can just do that. We're limited. So if you guys want us to still do a reaction video to any game, so with Nick, which is probably going to be the person to do it, play the game. If you want him to give you a reaction video on it, he can. Also,
not just reactions, but once I get further along in the Fallout story, I'm probably going to stream me playing Fallout 4 on twitch.tv/Catastrophic, or whatever the hell it is, to search for the name Catastrophic. I don't know. But that was Fallout. So, Matt, what's your topic?
Well, I was talking to you already earlier in the car, and we can talk about more of the game than just the composure, but Final Fantasy VII Remake, we all know it was the big, I would almost say stole the show at E3. When it got announced, it was like, oh my god, Final Fantasy VII is getting remade. So far, at first I was like probably every person in the world was out of my seat just freaking out when I heard it. I mean, Nick heard me, everyone heard me, I looked like a jackass, but I didn't care. Very, very excited, I was very excited, but now it's just like more and more, I'm just hearing things and it's like, I'm not saying it's a failure, I'm not going to say, because one, we haven't seen shit on it, but I'm not saying that it's going to be like, oh my god, but now it's like even small things like hearing, and I don't want to botch his name, but I'm not good at pronouncing Japanese names, so bear with me. But his name is Nobuo Uematsu. I think that's right. If you want to try it and look.
Nobuo Uematsu.
Uematsu.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyways, pretty much, he was on a live stream interview about Final Fantasy VII. They asked him, are you going to be composing the music? And his quote was, not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. That's all he said. And, so...
That's clutch. I can't deny it. That's clutch.
I'm kind of playing in my head, like, why? Nick's like, well, I mean, not at all is pretty, it's not your typical, oh, I wanted to, or, oh, it just didn't work out that way. It was just not at all.
Just call it how it is. Number one, since Final Fantasy VII, 97, right? For Final Fantasy, or 96.
97, 98. I think it was 97.
97.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Fact check me. When Final Fantasy VII came out, this is a completely different Square. It's not even Square Soft.
That was Square Soft.
Square. I'll just say Square. Square, whatever. Squaresoft, Square Enix. It's in a completely different place now than it was then, and I'm sure they're not doing that hot right now. I mean, Tomb Raider did good, but they're just publishing that game. But
well,
they are.
Let's get some pretty good hype.
Yeah, we'll see. But that it's a completely different ball game, and there's just little things that are happening with that company, like with their titles.
January 31st, 97.
Yeah. See, there's little things that are happening with Square Enix that it's just not good signs. Like Final Fantasy 15, like what the fuck's taking so long? Why is everyone so hush about it? Why are they still changing things? That's worrisome. Then Kingdom Hearts 3 is like, what the hell is going on? What's this? Why are you releasing all these spin-off games first? When's it coming? Why are you doing this? You were supposed to release a trailer this day. It didn't come out. All this stuff. Bad things. And then with Final Fantasy 7, you were talking about, oh, we're gonna upgrade the combat, where everyone's like, oh, so we're gonna change the story because it's a remake, not a remaster. And it's like, why are you fucking with something that's not good? And then all the news that have come out about this Final Fantasy 15 remake, or Final Fantasy 7 remake, sorry, has been bad. You hear
funny thing
they're changing story, everyone's like, oh, they're changing combat, oh, then this guy. Well, the guy who made the music, which is iconic music, you were like, hey, hey, you want to come work? He's like, no. That's basically the equivalent of someone like, hey, Nick, want to come do this? Nope. Later. He didn't even give them he didn't even have a discussion with the guy. They're like, oh, we're emailing. He's like, oh, you didn't even say oh, it just doesn't fit in my time constraints. It doesn't fit in my schedule. He's just like, nope, I'm not doing that at all. Because even he's like, this probably has shit written all over it. So that's not good.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII, I'll give you a little brief history. I believe it or not, I didn't play it when it was 97, when I was 7 years old. I barely knew how to play JRPGs back then. Anyways, but I just recently beaten that game. I've played it before and gotten far, but I finally beaten it. And I don't care, call me a basic bitch, call me, oh, you're simple, you don't really know games, whatever you want to say. Whatever the haters want to bring out, bring it out. That game had the best story and the best character development of a single character. I didn't like all of the characters, but Cloud's character to me was touched me the most emotionally. I feel like I had to say that because I know that you were going to say something.
No, it's even when even the emotionally part was like, oh yeah, you got a crush on him?
Anyways, well, he does cross-dress, and there's a lot of theories about that.
Oh, I
so,
know. We all.
anyways, but sum it all up, I fucking loved Cloud's character to death. I don't care what anyone says, his character was fucking phenomenal. I loved his feud with Sephiroth. I loved how everything worked out. I loved how everything played together. Midgar's area was a little slow, but the story altogether was perfect. It was perfection. Anyways, now it's like, why? Why remake? Why remake the story? Why?
Yeah.
Even if you change small things, like fine, or you have to add an extra cutscene to make something else.
I'll tell you.
Don't. I'm not against you guys trying to change something or tweak some things, but it's like, just don't butcher it. Don't butcher it. Like, you guys need to learn from other people who remake games and say stupid shit that make people happy and say something stupid like, oh, we care about our fans. We really want to make sure that they still get that Final Fantasy VII experience that they had back then, but we want to do this.
We're changing everything.
But no, it's like, no, we're going to change this shit because this is why. It's like, show a little compassion, show a little bit of we care about what you guys think. Because if there's one thing EA has been making me happy about, is EA is actually starting to realize, they're starting to say, what do the gamers want? What do the people who purchase our product want? That's why you're getting Mirror's Edge 2. If you go look at Mirror's Edge didn't do that great. It wasn't like a phenomenal game that just broke out. I played it. It was not that grand game, but so many people wrote them and told them, hey, give us this game. We want this game. And they're doing it because they're listening. EA doesn't want to be those scumbags.
You know,
guess
the other
what?
game that they're saying they get it Unraveled. That's the other game that
What?
Yarny. That's
Yeah.
the other EA game that says we get it. We're not just all about the big games. We can make good, meaningful.
So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say EA's won me over. Trust me, there's a lot more they got to do.
They have my most anticipated game
But-
this year. They've won me over.
But what is that?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay. Anyways, but so just show a little compassion to your viewers when you're coming out with something that I think the only game that could top it if it was getting called out would be Half-Life 3 is coming out. When you're doing something that people are saying this is. I don't know. It's almost like I feel like Square and they don't even have the developer yet. I think that's going to do their game.
I don't know.
I don't even think they have it yet. Who's even going to make
They
it?
working on it? They should work on it themselves.
No, they're not.
Smart.
They're giving it to a company to make it.
Let's see.
What's the big company that makes those remakes? They've been making the Blue Point. They're not even doing it.
Yeah, but
they're the
they
biggest
do
one.
remasters, not remakes.
But I'm almost sure that Square's not doing it. They're giving it to someone to make it.
Mm.
But anyways,
Combo. But
But
I'll
any-
look at the camera and say that you said you were a basic bitch and all that in the story. Matt didn't play Final Fantasy VI, so he doesn't know what the real best Final Fantasy game is.
there's a lot
Coming
of
from me,
people
I'm
who
a
say
Mass Effect. I'm a Final Fantasy savant, so I know everything about the franchise.
But there's a lot of people that say a lot of different things. Some people say 10's the best. Some people say 4's the best. Some people say 6's the best. Some people say... No, that's about it.
When I say
But
that, I'm just joking.
9, some people say 9 is. But,
When I say
anyways.
this, I'm just joking. I don't think I've beaten a Final Fantasy game. So,
but anyways, I'm not going to sit here. I would say I've beaten the later ones. Like I beat 7. I've beaten 8, 9. I practically beat 10. I beat all 3 of the 13s. I know everyone has a sore feeling for that game. But anyways, all I'm saying is Final Fantasy VII, they're scaring me. That's what I'm summing it up to. They're scaring me. I'm not saying it's done.
Remake
We're
says
fucked.
Square Enix is working on it currently on Wikipedia, but we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I could have swore I heard that they said they weren't. I could have been mistaken for nothing.
Maybe,
So
I
don't
don't
listen
know.
to me. But anyways, honestly, with the amount of food that they have on their table, I would like them to give it to someone else because at
Yes.
least they devote themselves to it.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, like Final Fantasy 15 is coming out. I'm more positive than he is about it. I still think it's going to be great.
I'll play it.
I think it's going to be. I think the combat's not going to be what they want it to be, and I think that they're trying to be over the top with it, and they don't need to. But honestly, I've never played the Tales games. Like, I've never played them, but I've been looking up about them. If there's one thing I find that there's very nice, and then that I think is really good idea, is their combat. And it's flashy, and it's cool, and it's creative, and it's a new pace. So, if you want to try and take something from anyone, take that. Get that kind of idea for a battling system. I know you're obviously not going to do it. But anyways, whatever the case is, Final Fantasy VII, I'm on the negative parameter of it now. I used to be positive. I used to be like, oh, they're going to do fine. But now it's like, you're not giving the viewers what they want to hear. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, don't do anything, change, don't do anything different. Yeah, of course, I was always going to go in the mindset that they're going to have to change some things. One, they're going to have to probably make a ton of cutscenes to create the game, like create so it's like, I mean, they might just add more stuff they always wanted to add to Final Fantasy VII. They never did. I don't know. But anyways, that's my topic. I don't want to go and ramble. I could go all day. But
okay.
I'm nervous for you, Square Enix. Don't be Capcom. Don't be Nick to Capcom for me. Don't do that, because you guys sour taste in my mouth.
But they're giving you all.
But I don't hate you. I don't hate you. Please don't make me hate you, because I already am starting to hate Japanese developers, because I feel like they don't give a shit. And don't do that.
That's bold. They do give a shit. They're just maybe not really.
I'm not saying everyone. When I say that, I exclude Nintendo, besides Sega. But or besides,
Video and
from the games I've played, the majority of the Japanese games, like they're upsetting me.
Live Through Games is not saying that we
don't hate Japanese developers.
You suck. We don't think you're trying hard. Matt just thinks that you guys aren't.
You guys don't care what we think.
You guys aren't updating your games to the modern standards. So, we'll move on to the next topic. Next segment, which is games we're playing right now. As we already discussed, I'm playing Fallout right now, so I'll talk about other games I'm playing right now, which is Halo 5, Guardians, and Super Mario Maker. So, Halo 5, oh God, the campaign was whatever. It was fun to play. It was good levels, open, vertical, lots of different pathways and ways to engage enemies. So I enjoyed that, but the multiplayer is so pristine. Like, just the maps are great, the guns are balanced, the new Spartan abilities with the thrusters and the clambering on ledges is just so good. And the way they Halo 5 sprint, which you can read my review on the3games.blogspot.com, where I discussed all this, it's just so amazing. And the new breakout game mode is so cool, and it has that Gears feeling again when it's 3-on-1 and you're the one guy. It's like, alright, it's like time to sack up and just fucking do this. I don't understand the health of that a little too much. So I think it's a little flaky sometimes. Like, sometimes if you got a BR, it's 2 headshots you're dead, sometimes it's 3. It's just flaky sometimes with the health, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but yeah, and I'm really enjoying that, playing it with all my friends. And then Super Mario Maker, I've been playing it a lot. I watched, sort of where I got the idea, I've been watching Kotaku's Patrick Klepek play Super Mario Maker on YouTube, and I realized he was twitching it, so I started watching him play on Twitch a little bit, and seeing the way he analyzed the expert levels and took it segment by segment, figuring out all the secrets of it, because there's a bunch of adventure levels you gotta go back and forth on the map to get stuff. Just got me super back in the mood to it, and I've just been playing expert mode, 100 Mario Maker 100 Mario Challenge, and I'm just having a blast, and that game is so special. I love it so much. So that's what I've been playing, plus Fallout, which we already discussed.
Well, I pretty much am playing. Right now I'm focusing on Fallout, and we're going to be having another video on the hype thing we were talking about. I'll give my just full disclosure on the game then. But, so view it if you care about my opinion. But, it's Fallout, and that's all I'll say from there. He already went on a tangent with it. But, I'm also playing Halo with my friends. Story-wise, love the levels. I liked the creativeness to the levels. I liked that they really did a good job of making all the weapons fun. Because when I played Halo 4, I hated the alien weapons, and I actually didn't mind them in this. I mean, yeah, I still would like to use the Marine weapons because I have an OCD problem where I see a cutscene and I see them using him still having a BR when I have a light rifle. It pisses me off. I know, call me weird, but I am. Anyways, I like that. Multiplayer, my biggest thing I like about it is I like the weapons as far as like your AR is not better than an SMG that you pick up on the floor. Your pistol is not as good as a BR or a DMR. It makes picking those weapons up a necessity. And that's what Halo's all about. It's about controlling the map and controlling the weapons. And I like that. I'm not saying you can't kill someone who has a BR with the pistol, but not 9 times out of 10. Most likely, if you guys are both aiming for the head, they're gonna kill you before you kill them, unless you get the shot on them or vice In each situations, obviously everything's situational. But my point is it's better to pick up almost any weapon on the field versus having what you have in stock. And I like that. I like that a lot. It's made a different way of how I used to love Halo. I used to love starting with the BR, but now it's made me adapt to that AR pistol loadout. It's what Halo is to me as far as a loadout. Like I said, I was always back when I played Halo 2. It was BR. Why are we always starting with AR? Now I can see why it's good. Why it's good to have that. Yeah, it's like that's it. Like the BR is a power weapon in my opinion, and it's like you should have the privilege of picking that up, not just something you have. And so I like it. I love this loadout. It's the best loadout style in any of the games because they did a good job with the pistol. They made it not powerful to where it's OP, but powerful enough to be good. And they made the AR where it's like if you get in a pistol fight and you get in an AR fight and you're in close range, AR is going to beat you most of the time unless the guy just sucks. So that aspect, I love it because now it's made me to where if I'm running in close quarters, I switch to my AR. If I'm going to pick someone off or I see someone from the distance, I pull my pistol out and I shoot. It's so situational. It's so nice. The maps, they're not the favorites. I'm not going to sit here and say it's every map's just to die for, but it's so much better than Halo 4's maps by like a landslide. So yes, I guess as far as 343 levels, that's the best. I still don't think they touch any of them. I'm talking about including Halo 1 because if I played the online, those maps were clutch. And like Halo, Bungie still has maps downright when it came to that, where 343. You're getting better, and I get you're trying to do the competitive standpoint, but my favorite maps are the breakout maps, honestly. But anyways, that Halo we talked about enough, and a game I'm playing that no one's really playing is the WWE 2K16, and I'll talk about that in case there's anyone that are interested in it. I like it. I loved it a lot more because it was Stone Cold. You get to play through his campaign, pretty much go through like his big moments in his life, and you get to watch cutscenes. And you get to do the whole moment thing where you have to like do something to create the moment of the game, of the moment he had in the wrestling match, and it was really cool. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best production. I still feel like they could do better. I feel like it's cheesy, but I appreciate it. And like getting to see him do his Austin 316 chant and all that kind of stuff was awesome. It was fun. Like it was just a nice thing to go through, and I like the objectives to like try and make the match more interesting and play out the match as best you can to the thing to capture the moment that he had in that match and the cutscenes that they have, and they show you the progress of his life, because I fucking cherish Stone Cold. He's like one of my childhood heroes. I know that that's something terrible to say considering what he was in my age, but I fucking cherished the hell out of the man when I was growing up. Huge impact in my life, wrestling. But so it's good. I always love watching anything with Stone Cold. Anyways, that's fun. I'm playing the career mode. Think of how you feel when you play UFC's career mode, and that's what you got.
Shitty.
I wouldn't say it's shitty. I haven't gotten to like where I'm in WWE yet, but it's kind of cool. You make your guy. He can talk. You go and you start at NXT. You fight some guys. You create rivalries. You can choose who you want to help. You can choose who you want to attack. You can interrupt their maps. Then they have promos where you cut at the end of the match, and you can tell them. And there's like things like boldness and cockiness and respectful, cowardly, bold. Those kind of, you can pick some sections of what you say. So they'll literally say like, so what do you think about Kevin Owens? He attacked you in your match, and you could say something that was like, it's just a business. That's all that is. Or you can be an asshole and be like, screw him. He's next. I'm going to take him out. Or you can just be like, I'm the best there is. And it's cheesy, like NBA 2K16's cheesy, like, talk.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's like.
Okay.
And it's like that. And it's cheesy, but it's cool. I appreciate what they're trying to do. Not the funnest, but it's nice to do. And then me and Nick play, like, you know, it's fun. It's just the roster is probably the best part of the game. Is there's this like almost everyone you can play as, legends, new guys, NXT guys. I was reading how a lot of people were very, very gung ho about wanting to get them in the game. So to have that, good. I mean, I'm not very big on the NXT world. I'm barely big in the WWE world, really, right now. I mean, I watch it. I'm trying to catch back up into it. But anyway, so it's a fun game. I enjoy it. It's definitely something fun to play with your friends. So Nick, like I said, he comes over from time to time, and we, you know, brawl out and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
All right. So the last segment, mailbag. I'll count this as a mailbag just because this happened in a really weird week, like in between. Like Walt just went on his trip, and we didn't know what was going on, and like shit was happening, so we didn't film for a week. And it's pretty big. So I actually got a few people like tweeting me about it on the Look Through Games channel and my personal Twitter, and about Activision Blizzard buying the Candy Crush makers King games for $5.9 billion. So it's old news, but it's something that I feel like is so big that it needs to be discussed, especially since people were tweeting me, and this is what the segment's about. So I'll tell you what I think of this. $5.9 billion Candy Crush is for little numbers. Like Candy Crush gross is about around like net gross about like $600 million a year. But in order to make up from that to $5.9 billion, that's about 12 years of keeping that steady net worth or net income every year. To put this into context, this Star Wars Lucasfilms was sold for less money than this to Disney.
Yeah.
And
Candy Crush is the biggest thing on mobile phones.
so now Activision Blizzard has Call of Duty, Destiny, which are the console horrors of games, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and now they have the ultimate Candy Crush game. And they can spam advertisements for their games on Candy Crush. But I think this is a huge fucking risk. Huge.
I can see them making a World of Warcraft Candy Crush game or something.
Because could you imagine, like, we're talking about mobile games here, and people could move on. The next cool thing could happen so fast, and people will just fucking forget about this game. Then they're fucked. This is literally like all they have. Like all they have. Like there's a reason why they say Candy Crush Maker King, because that's like they have a few other games, but it's like they're all like
that
Facebook
soda
games.
pop thing and all that.
It's the same fucking game.
Yeah.
Though.
But I know I might get some haters saying this, but me and Nick always tease about, you know, I'm not going to say the nice words we say, which is casual gamer. is usually your two games they usually play is Call of Duty and Madden.
Destiny.
Madden and Destiny's, I guess, gotten into that category.
But I'll give them that, because
Casual
Destiny's
gamer,
expanding them.
And that's not bad. I'm
not.
not saying, I mean, just play what you love. That's the number one thing. Who gives a shit what I think, what he thinks, what the world thinks? If you love it, then play it.
Play what you
want. If you want to play freaking Hello Kitty Adventures, then play it.
Don't play that,
But this is, I'm going to use the word, and I already called myself it, the basic bitch of all basic bitch games.
The basic bitch of
this is as basic bitch as it gets.
Candy Crush.
The college humor basic bitch, like little thing that they had. They should have said to the girl, like, you play Candy Crush on your phone. Yeah, that's some basic ass shit. Because when I'm like at work, all I see is all the girls just playing Candy Crush on their freaking iPads and all that stuff, and that's fine. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But I mean, that's what I look at it, and that's how I tease it. But anyways, like, it is, and it's, I call it basic bitch, but it's successful. I mean, that is as successful as it gets.
I'm just reading the article from The Verge, and could Candy Crush become another Angry Birds? Like, consumer spending on Candy Crush fell 13% year over year in the second quarter of this year, suggesting the king may follow other social game companies becoming one-hit wonders, such as Rovio, for example, who made Angry Birds, released in 2009. They failed to replicate the success with future games, seeing the profits drop 73% in 2014 alone, having to lay off more than 100 staff members to cover the drop of player interest.
Do you think they'd be bold enough to make a AAA title of Candy Crush?
No. They'd make more money with it like this. Then the other thing, like, I heard, I forgot who was fucking talking about it, goddamn. I was listening to someone talk about this, and they were saying that one of the things that could happen is they could just fucking fire everyone. And then just milk as much money from Candy Crush as it possibly can until it dies. And be like, alright, whatever. And just spam it with advertisements for like, hey, you like free phone games, play Hearthstone, it's for free on the phone. Oh, you like this? Play Destiny on your console, play World of Warcraft, play StarCraft, play any other fucking Activision game there is. But mainly Hearthstone spam.
To hear them say that Blizzard's attached to it, I can only see good things. Because there's only 3 companies in this world that I'm like, okay, it's going to be a great game. There's only 3 companies. There's Naughty Dog, Rockstar, and Blizzard. Like, Nick thinks Overwatch is going to suck. I think it's going to be a huge success. I think it's going to kill on PC. Bethesda's almost there. If they do Doom right, I'll say that I'm on board with them. Yeah. But that's a big if for them. But anyways, yeah. So like
Blizzard's the shit.
Blizzard,
they're good.
I know that they're going to be great. Even if there's and trust me, there's a lot of games I don't play on them. Diablo, like, I mean, you can name 3 games. 3 games, and I know that's all they need though. That's the thing. I mean, you got World of Warcraft. In Hearthstone's in there too now.
Yeah, because it's a free game on phone. That's the thing that I think they might be doing with this. Spam with ads to be like, hey, play Hearthstone for free on phones. Buy those
Hearthstone
packs.
is, I think Hearthstone has probably had to put a dent in Magic and all that.
I'm sure. It's big.
And and World of Warcraft, of course, here. Yeah, it's at 5.6 million. But it's at 5.6 million after 12 years of being around. That's still beating out any MMO there is. So you can hate on it all you want to be like, oh, it's a dying breed and all this crap. I don't care what you say. To say that the game went on for 12 years is a freaking global phenomenon.
So here's in the context of this with the Disney recent purchases. Disney bought Lucasfilm, which is Star Wars, which is going to make that money. Indiana Jones, all in $4 billion compared to 5.9. Then the other big purchase. Disney bought Marvel for $4 billion. The entire Marvel.
How much did Microsoft spend on Mojang?
I think it was 2.9, and that's Minecraft, which is going to make more money than this. Mojang that's a good investment. But just put in context of that. Mojang, I'll get that number, but $4 million for Star Wars, for Lucasfilms, $4 million for Marvel, which is comics, in everything, in movies and cartoons, all that shit.
Aren't they? Do they own it, or are they a partner with?
They own it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they bought it outright. They own fucking everything now.
They own the world. The only contender they have is Walmart.
2.5 billion for Mojang. 2.5 billion for Mojang. For Minecraft, that's not like that's what I'm saying. Like, I could maybe see it, and if there's a company that could fucking survive this, it would be Activision Blizzard, because they're still gonna shit money out. But even when Call of Duty's waning a little bit and Destiny's picking up the slack of that, I think it's fucking insane. $5.1 billion. Like, you really think that's worth more than fucking Lucasfilms or Marvel or like 600 million is a lot, but you always play a risky game with mobile games because you never fucking know.
Well, that thing's
the next thing could happen.
Well, I don't know. I always thought the what's that stupid game with the famous swimsuit model on there? The
famous swimsuit model.
Freaking shit Corey likes.
Kate Upton?
Yeah, it's that game. I thought that was like the biggest
That's
game.
bigger,
now.
and Clash of Clans is big up there too. But see, it's the flavor of the fucking week. Or so many of them. Like, remember when Angry Birds and Plants vs. Zombies used to be the thing? We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we can all like look and be like, "Yeah, you're fucking dead wrong, Nick." I don't know. But
I think if they just keep on popping out new, stupid, cheesy, different versions of the game, where instead of collecting gummy fish, you collect soda or whatever the hell it is. I don't fucking know. I will say I was a subject of the game. I definitely played a decent amount. I got to level like 130.
Just download Bejeweled, which they ripped off for that game. It's Bejeweled with fucking candy instead of gems.
Gems, yeah.
So remember, after watching this, it should be about an hour, yeah, because I don't know how long this went. So about an hour, watch our hype video of Fallout 4, which will be
that's what we all know what you want us to talk about.
So this has been the all-new segmented Podcast Reloaded episode 48. Hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, email us your questions at livethegames@gmail.com or leave them in the comments below on either the YouTube channel or the blog, whichever you're watching it on. Thank you very much, guys. Keep gaming.